More news over the weekend. Election deniers and conspiracy theorists took center stage at CPAC in Dallas over the weekend, from Marjorie Taylor Greene to the My Pillow guy to candidates who won recent primaries after supporting the big lie. The event was in full propaganda mode, featuring Donald Trump as Rambo. Ew. A mock January 6th rioter crying inside a jail cell. The event was packed with right-wing buzzwords and violent rhetoric.
In the Senate every day, I represent 30 million Texans, and my job, it's like the old Roman Coliseum, where you slam on a breastplate and you grab a battle axe and you go fight the barbarians. And as they say in the military world, it is a target-rich environment.
We are at war. We're at a political and ideological war. You can say anything else you want about it, but we're at war. Think about after high noon on the 20th of January 2021, when an illegitimate imposter took over 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and took over an administration.
And Donald Trump was the headliner Saturday evening at CPAC. The former president used his speech to spread lies about the 2020 election and false claims of rampant voter fraud. He also took on the Inflation Reduction Act, specifically targeting Democrat Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema.
I said this was going to happen. Joe Manchin is devastating West Virginia. Kyrsten Sinema agreed to allow this massive tax increase just yesterday to go forward, only provided that Wall Streeters are allowed to keep their current carried interest provision. It's a hell of a provision.
The annual political conference is attended by conservative activists and elected officials from across the U.S. and beyond. And Joe, I have no words. I have no words. And Ted Cruz's language in the age of mass shootings. Yeah, please take it away.
I have a few words for what we just heard. It is a fat, bloated, 1977 era style Elvis routine, playing hits from the past, half-hearted, half-assed, and the audience is just there going through the motions. Look at that. It's just pathetic, and it's sad. And here's a guy who after he passed the grossest tax cut package ever for the richest billionaires and multinational corporations in the world, he flew down to Mar-a-Lago that night and said to his billionaire friends sitting around his table, I just made all of you a lot richer today. And I think most working class Americans, most middle class Americans are really glad that some of the very pieces of legislation that he helped pass, the tax bill he helped pass, the provisions that allowed the biggest multinational corporations in the world to pay zero in taxes, those bills got stripped. As far as Steve Bannon goes, yeah, we are at war. We are at war politically with guys like Steve Bannon, freedom-loving Americans who believe in the Constitution. Steve Bannon's a guy who said his hero is Vladimir Putin. Said before he even got into the Trump White House, he wanted to tear everything down. He wanted to tear the state down. He wanted to destroy the state. He said that before Donald Trump was sworn into office. And, well, that's exactly what he tried to do. Please take that picture down. Can you take that down for me?
Do people know that he doesn't look like that?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, again, you know, Katty K, all of these clowns, they're all under investigation. Not those three people sitting on the stage, but Donald Trump, Steve Bannon. I mean, how many times has Steve Bannon been indicted? I'm going to need to get a calculator just to keep up with it. Trump, he's got so many investigations going on. He's going to end up getting indicted. Like this is. I guess the biggest shock is that this is who CPAC is now embracing. Once a place where Ronald Reagan went, now a place where former, current, and future indicted anti-democratic thugs go.
Yeah, and Viktor Orban showing up from Hungary was just the icing on the cake. Indicted, absolutely. Donald Trump investigated. Steve Bannon indicted, as you say. It doesn't, though, Joe, in states like Arizona, seem to mean that Donald Trump and his message is any less popular with the conservative wing of the Republican Party. One of the things when I was traveling around the country that struck me as interesting is that, you know, the big question, I think, heading into 2022, but heading into 2024 as well, is the genie out of the Trump bottle, if you like. Even if Donald Trump were not to win, to what extent is Trumpism, and whatever that means, and I'm never entirely sure if you can define Trumpism in terms of actual conservative policy or policy at all, for that matter, is Trumpism still alive and well? And the degree to which conservative Republicans who love Donald Trump define their entire political agenda right now on the notion that the last election was stolen is really striking. I mean, it's not about policies. It's not about conservatisms. It's simply about the idea that they were robbed. This sense of grievance that Donald Trump has perpetuated, that he was wrongfully denied a second term in the presidency in 2020, has just spread like wildfire and replaced everything else. And you hear it when Donald Trump speaks. You hear it when he speaks at CPAC. That is it. That's his message at the moment. His message is the election was stolen. And I don't know. I mean, you know, you are always the one who has said that American elections are about looking forwards. They are about conveying a sense of optimism. When Donald Trump spoke in Washington, we didn't hear that. When Donald Trump speaks at CPAC, we don't hear that. It's just about the past, and I was robbed. And that's pretty much it.